Get out of there. I cannot remember where my brain was going. Am I in frame? Hopefully I am. Hello, my name is Star. I'm your friendly neighborhood go-go dancer, and I have a new microphone today, so hopefully the sound is not super echoey this time around, / I don't have to shout in order for my voice to be heard. Today, I want to talk about the stuff that made go-go dancing in 2020 better for me. And granted, I was not able to do a whole lot of go-go dancing during this year. I think a lot of us weren't really able to do a whole lot of anything this year. But that doesn't mean that we can't prepare for 2021. I tried coming up with a list of things for people of all levels of experience, whether you have not started dancing it and you're trying to get your foot into the door, or even all the way to you've been doing it for a while and you maybe want to try something new, something a little bit helpful that you haven't heard of yet. A lot of these things you can even use if you're not in the performance industry whatsoever. A lot of these things are just helpful for mostly women. Most of the stuff on this list is going to be physical stuff, but there are a few scatterings of stuff in there that are a little bit more like practices, resources. Without further ado, these are 21 things to help you go-go dance in 2021. Let's go. This first category is just a couple of things for the people that want to start go-go dancing and haven't been able to start yet. So I just have a couple of tips here. I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of stuff because I was lucky enough that the first place that I applied to with go-go dancing accepted me. Granted, they were kind of desperate for people. So I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of tips. But the two things that I have to say for you are, one, apply for places that you are already familiar with. This is really helpful because the people in management know that you're knowledgeable of the place, what kind of vibe that they're going for. It helps you because you know the clientele, you know the layout of the place. All in all, apply for places that you're already familiar with. It'll be very helpful. Number two, be on time or early. You'd be surprised how big of a difference just being on time makes in this industry. For whatever reason, people who work in this are consistently late or just all over the place, and just to show that you are reliable is already making a huge difference. And next we have the closet, which is where I'm going to show you guys the other stuff that I use to help me go-go dance. Although nothing is going to be up here. No, it's down here on the floor. Why? I don't know. It's probably not a good idea. I'm not going to change it anytime soon. I'm an adult. I make my own mistakes for myself. Anyways, this is where I keep most of my stuff for go-go dancing in general. And underneath all of this is my backpack. Clearly I haven't needed to use it in a long time. There's a lot of dust down here. This category of things is going to be for the people who have just started. Let's go through my stuff and I will show you some things that I always have on me for this category. First up, knee pads. I have this pair from Bee's Knees that I have used in a couple of freestyle videos. I have the second pair. These are skateboarder knee pads, very durable, and yes, they look a little bit bulky, but they look fine when they're actually on you on the stage. Knee pads are very important to protect your joints. I do a whole lot of floor work, and they're very important and honestly necessary. Also, the stage is a little bit old and the floorboards are a little bit uneven. And I've heard a couple of people really hurt and fuck up their knees on some of the floorboards there. So protect yourself, get knee pads no matter what. Welcome to the corner where all my makeup is stored. I like saying welcome when I show different corners of my bedroom to make it feel like it's a different place when really it's not. As far as things that I feel like are absolutely essential for go-go dancing, one of those things is this. This is the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner. One time I recommended this to a friend and she went scuba diving with it on, and it was still on her face exactly how she put it. It's really cheap. I think it's only like $4 for a bottle of this. This lasts me like at least a year. I've never actually run out of a bottle. It's cruelty free, it's not tested on animals. The only thing that I would be careful about with this is that if you have hooded eyes or monolids like I do, make sure that it's fully dry before opening your eyes, or else it'll transfer onto your lid, and because it's so incredibly waterproof, it will stay there. Must have in my go-go dancing arsenal. Welcome to a very chaotic nightstand. There's only a couple of things here that I want to point out. One is Pepto Bismol. I personally get really nauseous at work. I don't know why. I'm seeing a doctor about it. So I typically keep a bottle of Pepto Bismol in my bag. It's not in my bag right now, it was on my nightstand. Hopefully this little tip of keeping Pepto Bismol in your bag will help somebody stay prepared for that situation if and when it happens. The other thing I want to point out over here are earplugs. I normally keep a couple of earplugs in my bag, but earplugs are really great for people out there that don't do well with a whole lot of stimuli. Having a pair of earplugs kind of helps you check out from your surroundings for even just a few minutes. Next thing in here that I'm going to highly recommend, carpet tape. Yes, this is the stuff from Home Depot. It comes in a big old roll that's like that thick, and it's just industrial double-sided tape. And this is really good for keeping clothes and whatever else you need in place. It's incredibly helpful and it's incredibly cheap. I've only bought one of these. The big reason why most of it is gone is because I actually used it on some couch cushions. So it will last you forever. The next thing I want to recommend is the Spotify Top 100 playlist. If you don't have Spotify, just listen to generic pop radio. Basically, I'm just recommending that you listen to whatever music is popular right now. Unless you're in a very niche club, most likely you will need to know whatever popular music is going on in the world right now, even if you're not the biggest fan of it. Just think of it as like doing your homework. You know, you might not like it, but it's good for you. You could be a really great and talented dancer, but if you don't know the music that you're dancing to, it's not going to be great. So do your homework, listen to pop music. I promise you it'll make you a better dancer. The next thing I'm going to recommend are cardio workouts, specifically cardio HIIT workouts. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. We can all agree that cardio is good for you no matter what, but specifically HIIT workouts set you in intervals of really high intense cardio and then a break, and then intense cardio, break. And that kind of emulates a night of working as a go-go dancer. You know, you'll go for a few seconds in a song, take a break, go for a few seconds, take a break. Doing cardio HIIT workouts will make working as a go-go dancer a lot easier. You can go for a lot longer. You'll feel better after a night. I personally follow Cassie Ho from Blogilates as well as Chloe Ting, but there are a whole slew of different videos and workouts and people that you can watch for free. You don't even need like a yoga mat. Oftentimes you don't even need shoes. You don't even need dumbbells. Do cardio. It's good for you. Even though nobody likes it, it's good for you. Another thing in here that I highly recommend, Poo-pouri. Should be self-explanatory, but I am going to explain it either way. Poo-pouri is a thing that you spray on the toilet before you poop, and when you poop, it smells like lemon citrus. I'm pretty sure all places are going to be like this, but there's no employee restroom. You're using the same restroom as the customers, and most of these customers are drunk and trying to have a good time, and if you're in there stanking up the place, it's going to be both bad for them and embarrassing for you. Yeah. I recommend having some Poo-pouri on you. Yeah, great thing to have in your bag. The next thing that I highly, highly recommend you do is get into the habit of using starter bills. Now, what are starter bills? It's just putting $1 or $2 on your body, whether it's in a garter strap or in your clothes themselves, just having some sort of money on your body so that when you go on stage, people understand that, hey, it is okay to give you money. Is it cheating? Maybe. I think it's just being smart. So yeah, try and use starter bills to improve your chances of getting tips. Yeah. And lastly in this category, I am going to recommend box breaths. I don't know about you, but If you're around my age, you probably have anxiety. Box breaths are a technique to kind of ease panic attacks and anxiety in general. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. You're going to hold your breath for 4 seconds. You're going to breathe out for 4 seconds, and then you're going to stay with your breath out of your body for 4 seconds. And you just repeat that process to kind of calm your anxiety, which is very helpful for people that maybe have stage fright, maybe have social anxiety. Box breaths are hit or miss for me, but it would be irresponsible to not recommend something to help with anxiety, because I know a lot of people who work in the performance industry suffer from anxiety, so I just want to recommend that as a tool for anybody out there who might need it. This next category includes things that are fun but not necessary. Next thing that we have in here are these Honey Stinger energy gels. The place that I work at no longer allows you to bring in your own beverages. People have snuck in alcohol that way. So one day I tried bringing in a Gatorade and it got confiscated even though it was just Gatorade. So I had to think of some way to get my electrolytes in, because I'm sweating a whole lot. When I'm sweating that much for like such a long time, I start getting like cramps, and some people, you might get woozy. It's just like not a good time. And if you can't bring in Gatorade, which is supposed to really help with that, what are you gonna do? You bring one of these. They're so tiny, most people don't even see them in your bag. And if they do, like, they know that this is not alcohol or anything that's gonna, like, you know, cause a problem. They're these little packets of sugar electrolytes. This one has caffeine in them, although if you don't do well with caffeine, you can get ones that don't have caffeine. I also don't even go through a whole one of these in a night. I go through maybe like half of one. They're kind of expensive. I need to like look up the price on these, but they're like kind of expensive per one. But if you're buying a Gatorade every single time, it's probably gonna come out to the same price, if not cheaper, for one of these. So amongst other stuff that is fun but not necessary, is this Milk Makeup Star Eyeliner stamp. This is my signature thing that I use with go-go dancing. I always get comments from people saying like that they like this. Definitely not necessary, but it's fun. Oh, hey there, welcome to my bathroom. Next thing I have on the list is this. This is a Diva cup, and if you're a person that has a period, this thing is, I would even go as far as say that it is life-changing. Instead of a tampon or a pad, this is like a little silicone cup that I will actually show you. So that's what it looks like. You can reuse this, so it's environmentally friendly compared to tampons and pads. You just kind of stick it up there, it holds everything, it doesn't leak. Particularly for people who do go-go dancing or adult performance of any sort. The nice thing that you don't have to deal with is like the little string that dangles out, because I know that that can be a worry for some people out there. It also lasts for 12 hours, unlike a tampon, which you can use for at most 6 hours. I believe 6, maybe it's 8. I haven't used a tampon in a very long time, so I don't know. I've been using this for about over a year, I want to say. The Diva cup is very helpful if you're on your period while you're go-go dancing. Although, you know, solid shoes are important, what's really important is a good ball of the foot cushion. So I can't really show it to you because shoe is hiding it. Naughty shoe, hiding the things that I want for my video. It's okay, he's very shy. Inside of here, I got one of those cushions. You can find them in all brands, like basically any drugstore or like a Target would have them, but they're just like little cushions, pads that go where the ball of your foot hits. And it's very helpful for anybody who wears any sort of like elevated heeled shoe. I know not everybody wears heels when they go dance, but if you do, they are very helpful and they make your shoes last a lot longer. The next thing that I'm going to recommend is the Instagram account Black Girls Pole. The name is pretty self-explanatory. It is just an account that features Black women who pole dance, and they're all very talented. The creator is a Black woman, and she was just kind of disheartened by only seeing white people, white women featured in pole dancing in media, on the ads for clothes for pole dancing, just kind of everywhere. You didn't really see black women who were pole dancers. And I can imagine that it's disheartening if you are a black woman and you are trying to become a pole dancer and you want to get into this industry. So insert the Instagram account, Black Girls Pole. It only features black women who are pole dancers, and they're all very talented. I really recommend it, whether you're a person of color or not. Yeah, go check out that account, Black Girls Pole. The next thing I'm going to recommend are press-on nails. I was gonna call them fake nails, but I feel like that sounds rude. I got this set from Static Nails. The lighting is not the best in here, so you can't quite tell what the color is, but these run at about, I think, $15 for a set. And then I also got these. Look at how cool these look. And then also these, and these are both from Rave Nails, and I'm not endorsing any of these brands. I just wanted to show that I got them in the mail recently. These run, I believe, like $25 per set. But I just want to recommend press-on nails because I once heard a drag queen describe using, you know, press-on nails or just nails or acrylics or anything as basically like an extension of their drag, which I feel like is appropriate for go-go dancers too. It's just an extension of yourself. And press-on nails are better for your nails. They're less damaging. They last about half as long. If you're really good, press-on nails can last for 2 weeks. So if you do the math, it'll last half as long, but it costs half the price, if not less than that, and it's better for your nails. So yeah, press-on nails, they're very fun, and I recommend them. Next thing I want to go over in here is this, which is a safety razor. Some people choose not to shave, some people do. I personally like to shave, and I use a safety razor instead of a normal disposable razor. So a safety razor is basically like an old-fashioned style shaving razor. This one I got from the brand Albatross, and I like it because it's got an extra long handle since I shave my legs. And so this bottom part just kind of screws and opens up in here where that is the actual blade. And these blades are hella cheap. They're like, I don't know, like $5 for a pack of 40. That's the thing that you just replace in here every other week is how often I change it out. The actual piece, like the major handle, like razor shaving piece, I believe costs like $40, but once you have this thing, you don't need to buy it again. You just need to buy the individual razors on the inside. I personally think you get a better shave. There is a little bit of a learning curve that you might cut yourself a little bit more often. There's plenty of resources out there to kind of give you tips and tricks on how to avoid cutting yourself. It's a lot less waste, a lot better for the environment than a disposable razor. You're only throwing out the blades, but there are plenty of companies that do razor take-back programs where they take your old blades and then they melt them down and recycle them into new blades. And as somebody who shaves a lot, like pretty regularly, the amount of disposable razors that you go through can get pretty pricey. So yeah, highly recommend switching to a safety razor over disposable razors. I don't have this stuff, but I'm going to recommend it anyway. So we're just gonna pretend that this is Ben Nye's Final Seal. I've heard really great reviews about it. I have not tried it yet, but I wanted to include this in here because I think it's particularly important for this year with masks being a regular thing in our lives. I heard that Ben Nye's Final Seal is the best finishing spray, setting spray on the market. The last thing I want to show to you guys in here is my homemade DIY coffee scrub. I don't know if you can kind of really see. It looks really gross and it's in like an old Lush container, but I'll leave the like recipe for this coffee scrub somewhere like here or something. Yeah, the recipe is pretty flexible based on what kind of consistency you like, what sort of ingredients that you have laying around. But basically it's coconut oil, some sort of liquid oil. I use almond oil, coffee, sugar, and vanilla extract if you want to be fancy. I like using this coffee scrub before going in because it makes your skin really soft, and It smells like coffee, and the smell of coffee kind of wakes me up before a night of working, and you guys can make it and try it out for yourself. Yeah. Alright, and that was 21 things to help you go-go dance in 2021. I hope you guys took away at least something from this list, and if not, well, I hope you still found it entertaining some way or somehow. Make sure to catch this week's Freestyle Friday. It's going to be extra special this week. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great holiday season, whatever that might look like, whether you celebrate Christmas, whether you celebrate Hanukkah. I think everybody generally celebrates New Year's. I hope you guys celebrate safely. I hope you can enjoy the season as best you can. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!